Chapter 51. Everyone is confused. What's going on with this Luo family? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luo De turned his head, facing the ridicule of his own people. He also looked displeased. Damn. It's like I'm lying to you, this guy is so strong. I can't beat him. Whoever refuses to accept it, try it yourself. Luo De said, and returned to Luo Tian's side. I'm sorry, young master, I've shamed you. Luo De bowed his head. Luo Tian glanced at him, nodded and said, be brave. After realizing your shame, go back and practice hard. It will be fine if you come back next time. Yes. Rhoda returned to the side. Luo Chen beside him had a black line on his face when he heard this, sense of shame and then courage. With the strength of the body training realm, he was defeated by Tang Jiaolong's so many punches, he calls it shame. For a moment, he felt that his three views were about to collapse. Humph. I don't believe this big man is so strong. Young master, let me meet him. Among the crowd, another Luo family boy came out. Luo Fei. Then go and try. Luo Tian nodded. Luo Fei nodded, turned around and came to Tang Jiaolong. Big man, I'll fight with you. Luo Fei said. Another one. Tang Jiaolong's forehead had another vein, and he punched it directly, boom. A punch fell, and the ground shook again. Under everyone's shocked gaze, Luo Fei was also thrown back a few steps, but just like Rhoda, he still didn't die, and there were no obvious injuries. This, another Tianjiao. What is the origin of this Luo family? Who knows, a pair of Tianjiao, that everyone is not calm. Damn guy, what's going on? Why is this guy? Tang Jiaolong was going crazy. One Rhoda was enough to embarrass him, but then another Luo Fei appeared, who was so powerful. This guy, are you sure he is in the body refining realm? Whose body training state is so strong? I'm going. It hurts. This guy is really amazing. Luo Fei shouted loudly while being suppressed by Tang Jiaolong. After more than a dozen moves, he was also defeated. Young master, I'm ashamed of you, I can't beat him. Luo Fei said dejectedly. Well, just work hard in the future. Luo Tian nodded lightly. Luo Fei returns to the team. Young master, let me try. Young master, let me do it. My body training technique is better than those two idiots. I am also better than them, I understand more than them, neither of them is my opponent. Damn. Stop bragging, you are at most comparable to Luo Fei. Then you are no better than me. Otherwise, let's guess punches, whoever wins will win. I think this method will work. All the disciples of the Luo family made a gesture and wanted to guess fists. This time, Luo Chen was completely dumbfounded. What the hell? Those three guys at the spirit transformation realm were characters who could not lift their heads over the younger generation of Night Breeze country. What happened to the Luo family? Competing to go up and fight? It's like grabbing something good. This Luo family, what happened? In fact, it wasn't just him. Tang Jiaolong on the other side was also twitching at the corner of his mouth. A group of guys in the body refining realm competed to be opponents. After all, he is also a generation of arrogance. When did he suffer such humiliation? Damn it, a bunch of dirt dogs, let's go together. Tang Jiaolong roared angrily, swish. Everyone in the Luo family stopped talking immediately, and turned their heads to look at Tang Jiaolong at the same time. Who are you calling a dirt dog? Which one is the trash? Let's go together, right? Complete you. The young people of the Luo family roared angrily, and rushed over with their teeth and claws. Humph, I don't believe you guys are so strong. Tang Jiaolong resented secretly, and hit with a raised fist. As Tang Jiaolong said, he rushed into the Luo family, after 10 seconds. Fuck you, you still dare to scold our Luo family? Ah. Aren't you crazy? You want to single out all of us, who do you think you are? Trash, believe it or not, I'll kick you to death. The one in front, hit enough and go out. I haven't hit it yet. In the middle of the battlefield, Tang Jiaolong had been brought down, and the surrounding Luo family members punched and kicked him. People on the periphery couldn't squeeze in even if they wanted to. At this moment, everyone was dumbfounded. Didn't you say that Tianjiao had a martial arts competition? When did it change to hooligan circle kicking? Why is there no master demeanor at all? Luo Tian stood beside Luo Tian. His whole style of painting changed, although it is said that everyone in the Luo family bullies the few with the more, but the dozen or so young people from the Luo family who shot were all at the body refining realm. If it were someone else, they would face a master like Tang Jiaolong, not to mention a dozen or so body refinement realms. Even 1,000 body refinement realms are just human targets for Tang Jiaolong, but the dozen or so young people from the Luo family beat Tang Jiaolong like this? The strength of each of the dozens of people who took the shot this time is not inferior to Luo De and Luo Fei. This Luo family, what's going on? On the other side, Han Wenzhou also came back to his senses. Stop me! With a loud shout, his figure transformed into a flash of lightning, rushed into the crowd, and snatched Tang Jiaolong out. What? At this moment, Tang Jiaolong's face has been beaten like a pig's head, and he has lost consciousness. It looks miserable, but fortunately, it is not life-threatening. You guys, what's going on? Han Wenzhou said angrily, glaring at the Luo family. What are you talking about? He said let us go together. That's right, this is his own request, and everyone has heard it. Yes, if he doesn't say it, can we beat him up? Do you blame me? Everyone in the Luo family looked at Han Wenzhou and said. You. Han Wenzhou was so angry that one Buddha was born and the other two ascended to heaven. However, there was nothing he could do. After all, it was indeed Tang Jiaolong who called for them to go together just now. Humph. Well, even if he shouted it himself. But, we agreed before that you have to win one of the three of us in a one-on-one match, and then you are eligible to enter the Ziwei secret realm. So this battle doesn't count. Han Wenzhou said. When these words came out, everyone in Night Breeze Nation booed. Okay, if it doesn't count, then let's fight again. Let me go first this time. Go away, if you want to come, I will come first. Or continue guessing punches. The members of the Luo family started to fight again. The crowd was speechless again. This Luo family, so weird. At this moment, Luo Rong, who was beside Luo Tian, said, okay, step back. Haven't you seen clearly yet? The three of them are strong in the spirit transformation realm, and they are all very strong. Guys, there is still a chance of winning in a group fight, but it is impossible to fight alone. Luo Tian was on the verge of cursing when he heard it. As for the monsters of the Luo family, are they still called half-baked? What is a person like yourself? Luo Rong said to Luo Tian, young master, let me come. Chapter 52 One Boxing Break. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Among the various martial arts that Luo Tian taught to the Luo family, Luo Rong got the most and practiced the most. It can be said that among the younger generation of the Luo family, apart from Luo Tian, Luo Rong is number one. At this moment, it is reasonable for him to take the initiative to inviting to fight. Luo Tian glanced at Luo Rong, nodded and said, okay, let's go, quick battle. Yes. Luo Rong's face was filled with joy, and after bidding farewell to Luo Tian, he immediately turned around and left. Luo Rong's gaze swept over the faces of Wei Tianyi and Han Wenzhou, and finally settled on Wei Tianyi. I want to challenge you. Luo Rong said. Challenge me? Very good. A look of ferocity flashed in Wei Tian's eyes. The black water is surging. He directly chose to shoot. In an instant, a wave of air billowed behind him. The difference from the previous ones was that he did not hide his strength this time, and directly showed his cultivation in the spiritual realm. Therefore, his aura concentration is much stronger than before. Before making a move, everyone felt a pressure, not to mention young people. Even a group of middle-aged people can't help being moved. 18 overlapping waves. Wei Tianyi roared angrily, and slapped Luo Rong with black water. Block me. Luo Rong threw a backhand punch with a solemn face. Boom. The two forces collided together, and Wei Tianyi's 18 overlapping waves rushed down one after another. This, so powerful. It's even stronger than me. A middle-aged man in the spirit transformation realm looked at this palm and gasped. Damn, I feel like I've lived for nothing. His palm is stronger than a 50-year-old guy like me. That guy from the Luo family, can you stop him? Someone is getting worried. Luo Rong, who was in the center of the battlefield, stood still at this moment. No matter how powerful Wei Tian's strength force hit him, he still won't fall down. Seeing, the first wave of air was shattered, then came the second, third, in the blink of an eye. After the shooting of the 18 overlapping waves was over, Luo Rong didn't take a single step back. This monk Ruoming, who was watching the battle, had his pupils trembling constantly. He stared at Luo Rong, unable to believe his eyes. After all, he couldn't be more clear about how powerful Wei Tian is. Even if Wei Tian suppressed the attack of the realm, he couldn't resist it. However, this Luo Rong was able to block Wei Tian's full attack. How does this not shock him? At the same time, Wu Yuro's face turned pale in the crowd. She looked at Master Long Yingqiu beside her with reddish eyes, and said in a trembling voice, Master, didn't you say that I am the #1 genius of the younger generation of Yefan country? That she was a very unconfident person. After seeing the 3 people from Yulong Kingdom today, I was already shaken. But when she thought that the other party was not from the Night Breeze country, and that the other party's realm was higher than hers, she could still accept it. She couldn't accept the current Luo family. These young people from the Luo family are basically in the body training state, 2 realms lower than myself, but judging from the battle just now, none of the Luo family who fought before was weaker than her, and Luo Rong, who was fighting at the moment, seemed to be far ahead of her. What's more, Luo Rong's realm is also a body refining realm. For a moment, she had a feeling that she was a waste. Dao heart was shaken. Long Yingqiu was at the side at the moment, also speechless for a while. He wanted to explain to his disciple to comfort her, but he found that he couldn't find a reason to comfort him. This Luo family, what's going on? It's not surprising that a family has a monster with talent, but this monster per capita, is it a little abnormal? Long Yingqiu was also full of question marks. On the other side, on the battlefield, after Wei Tian's 18 overlapping waves finished, he also fell into a state of bewilderment, and Luo Rong looked at him, and said coldly, "You're done, it's my turn." With that said, he took a step forward. "Look at the fist." Luo Rong roared angrily, "This punch is exactly Luo Tian's Tiandao fist. It's just that Luo Rong mainly practices body training, so he doesn't have much understanding of Tiandao boxing. However, under the blessing of a strong body, it is enough. Call." In an instant, air waves billowed and condensed on his fist. Although it did not condense into a complete dragon shape, it also condensed a terrifying Dao rhyme. "This, block it for me." Wei Tian turned pale, and immediately circulated all his energy. Call. In an instant, the black water rose again and condensed in front of him, but, boom! Luo Rong threw a punch and hit the black water. In just an instant, Wei Tian's defense was directly shattered. What's more, the force of the punches continued to fall on Wei Tian's body. Puff! As soon as Wei Tian spat out a mouthful of blood, he flew upside down. After turning around in the air for a dozen times, he managed to stabilize his figure and fell to the ground. This. Wei Tian tried to stand up, but struggled twice, but failed. For a moment, he stared at Luo Rong in front of him, his eyes full of disbelief. 1 punch. How could he seriously injure himself with just 1 punch? What kind of monster is this guy? At the same time, the surrounding people of Night Breeze Kingdom were silent for a while, then the cheers of mountains and tsunami broke out. "Luo Rong, you are too strong. You beat Wei Tian with 1 punch. Hee, guys from Jade Dragon Kingdom, didn't you say that we are trash dogs? So what is it now? Trash Wei Tian, shit isn't it? Crazy, you are crazy." The mocking voices from all around made Wei Tian's face extremely ugly. "How is it? Do you admit defeat?" Luo Rong stopped his momentum, looked at Wei Tian and asked. Wei Tian rolled his eyes around a few times, then squeezed out a smile, cupped his hands and said, "Brother Luo is so talented, I admire you. I'm the loser in this battle." Luo Rong nodded and said, "It's fine if you admit defeat. Can we enter Ziwei's secret realm?" Wei Tian smiled and said, "Of course, but can I ask Brother Luo a few more questions?" "At least you have to make me understand," Luo Rong said. "Okay, let's ask." Wei Tian said, "Brother Luo, what kind of family is your Luo family?" As soon as these words came out, the surroundings fell silent. Yes, what happened to the Luo family? Why did so many monsters appear in an instant? This is so abnormal, everyone is very concerned about this issue, Luo Rong said without hesitation. Our Luo family has lived in Bianbei city for generations, and we are people from Yefeng country. Bianbei. Everyone secretly remembered that they wanted to wait for the Ziwei secret realm to investigate thoroughly, and Wei Tianyi continued to ask, "So that's the case. How dare I ask Brother Luo, is your cultivation technique passed down by your ancestor? What is his current state? I have some questions about cultivation that I don't understand. Would like to ask for advice." Chapter 53 One Person One Times. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luo Rong replied without hesitation, "My ancestor of the Luo family? He passed away long ago. How can there be any realm? In terms of realm, the strongest member of our Luo family is our patriarch Luo Feng, who is only at the 9th level of the spirit transformation realm. Our family you don't even have a royal sky realm, so don't ask for advice." What? Wei Tian was stunned, others were also stunned, a family that doesn't even have a royal sky realm? What is this? Even in the Night Breeze country, it was a small family that was not popular. It may not be bad in an ordinary small city, but the major forces present can basically destroy this kind of family at will. Brother Luo, are you kidding me? Wei Tianyi asked Luo Rong while staring at him. Obviously, he thought Luo Rong was playing tricks on him. Luo Rong snorted and said, "Do I have to joke with you? Our Luo family does not have a strong person in the sky-defying realm. As for the exercises we practice, they are all taught by my young master Luo Tian. My young master is just it's only at the 9th level of the body refining realm." Hearing this, the crowd was noisy again. As soon as Wei Tian stared into Luo Rong's eyes, he also believed that he was not lying. There was a hint of gloom in his eyes, and he said with a smile, "It turns out that there is no ancestor, no backer." Suddenly, he turned his head and shouted to the 4 masters of the profound realm on the chariot, "Old you, let's attack together, destroy this guy and the young master of their Luo family, and kill the rest." Okay, but as soon as a word came out, everyone around was stunned. Why did this guy let the people behind him attack him suddenly? Is he too petite? No, it's not a small belly. Long Yingqiu in the crowd understood Wei Tianyi's thoughts in an instant. Through the conversation with Luo Rong, he already had a general understanding of the Luo family. This is a small family with no background, and there were no strong people in the past. The strength of these young people from the Luo family has risen suddenly, and the source of their rise is their young master Luo Tian, and Luo Tian was able to become so powerful in a short period of time. There is no doubt that he was given some special opportunity, a chance, powerful enough to create such a monster in a short time. Is this okay? Even if it is the inheritance of Ziwei Taoist in the legend, it is nothing more than that, right? Therefore, before the Luo family was strong enough to protect themselves, they chose to destroy the Luo family and then seize the opportunity. This can be said to be a very sensible approach. Yes, on the other side, behind the chariot, the 4 masters of the Tongxian realm also understood Wei Tianyi's thoughts and attacked almost simultaneously. After all, the powerful secret of the Luo family also has a huge attraction for them. Boom. The 4 released their auras at the same time, and the terrifying coercion swept across the forest in an instant. Countless towering ancient trees were uprooted by the air waves, and rocks flew randomly. Some young people with insufficient cultivation were directly shocked to death by this force. The power of those at the Tongxian realm is too powerful. Boy, cut off your limbs first. An old man from the Wei family looked at Luo Rong and said coldly. Damn it, get out. Luo Rong roared angrily and punched him. However, boom. His fist strength was resolved by the opponent with one hand. No way, the realm gap between them is too big. Luo Rong's strength is not worth mentioning in front of them. Hee, break it for me. The old man of the Wei family sneered. Puff. The next moment, there was a muffled sound, blood splashed, and an arm flew into the sky. Ah! With a scream, everyone in Night Breeze Nation closed their eyes. Oh, this Luo family is too miserable. No way, who told them that their strength is not enough, and they don't know how to hide their clumsiness? It's a pity, a family that is about to rise, just cut off like this. Several old people shook their heads and sighed, but at this moment, a young man beside them tremblingly said, "Several elders, look. What are you looking at? See how miserable Luo Rong is," said the elder. The young man shook his head and said, "No. No, it's that Yulo man whose hand." Okay. Several elders noticed something was wrong and looked up at the same time. It doesn't matter if you look at it, a few people are all stupid. In the middle of the battlefield, Luo Rong was still standing upright. As for the old man of the Wei family who shot at him, one hand had already been cut off, and blood gushed out. How is this possible? Was it Luo Rong who made the move? The elder asked in surprise. No, it's not Luo Rong, it's that guy. The young man pointed with his finger. The elder stared and saw a young man standing beside Luo Rong. It was Luo Tian. Could it be that he was the one who shot? Said the elder. That's right, it's him. He just waved his hand, and the Wei family's arm was broken. The young man said. This. The elder was completely dumbfounded. At this moment, in the center of the battlefield, the old man of the Wei family whose arm had been severed had temporarily stopped the bleeding, and he looked at the young man in front of him angrily. You bastard. He gritted his teeth and said. Luo Tian looked at him and said indifferently, You blocked us from entering Ziwei's secret realm. I didn't say anything, I followed your rules. However, after we won, you yelled at us, you really took us for granted. Is it a soft persimmon? That the old man of the Wei family snorted. The fate is determined, and the virtuous live in it. What are you Luo family? It is a waste of money for you to occupy such an opportunity. My Wei family's action against you is an act of God. Don't you boy? Proud, if I hadn't been careless and hadn't noticed your sneak attack just now, you wouldn't have hurt me. After hearing this, Luo Tian laughed out of anger. Okay. It's been a long time since I've heard such shameless words. You want to destroy my Luo family and steal my chance, right? Come on, 4 of you, let's go together, the young master will follow. That the old man of the Wei family turned his head, looked at the other 3, and said, Let's attack together and kill this guy. It is good, that the other 3 also said in unison. They don't believe it, but with their 4 profound access realm, they still can't win a Luo Tian. Boom! In an instant, 4 people attacked Luo Tian from different directions at the same time. The aura of the 4 people soared, piercing the sky and the earth, like 4 demon gods, ready to kill Luo Tian in one fell swoop. Senior Luo Tian, be careful. Luo Chen saw him in the distance, and shouted worriedly, You know, Luo Tian is their honored guest of Gue Yuanzong. Even if he knew that Luo Tian was very powerful, but facing 4 experts of the Tongxian realm alone, no matter how he looked at it, he had no chance of winning. However, Heavenly Dao Palm Technique, Luo Tian put one hand in his pocket, and raised the other hand high, call. In an instant, a huge golden palm appeared above his head, crack, 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 crack. The golden palm slapped 4 times casually, and the 4 experts at the Tongxian realm turned into 4 lumps of flesh, so simple and casual, it's like swat 4 flies to death. I can't even recognize the original appearance. For a while, the surroundings were extremely quiet, and it was almost audible. Everyone was dumbfounded and couldn't believe their eyes. Chapter 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The 4 powerhouses at the Tongxian realm just disappeared. During the field, Wei Tianyi still maintained his previous arrogant appearance. It's just that his smug smile froze on his face at the moment. All this happened so suddenly. You said just now that you want to destroy our Luo family, right? Luo Tian came to Wei Tianyi with his hands behind his back, Gollum. The latter swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and took a few steps back one after another. That. Senior, misunderstanding. It's all misunderstanding, he said with a smile. Without further ado, Luo Tian slapped him across the face, snapped. Wei Tianyi spun around a few times, his teeth spurting out of his mouth accompanied by blood. You dare to hit me? Wei Tian covered his injured mouth and looked at Luo Tian in shock. Hit you? I'm going to kill you. Luo Tian said, stepping forward. The slap of Tiandao palm appeared again. Seeing this scene, Wei Tian was frightened and dumbfounded. He had just seen with his own eyes how powerful Luo Tian's slap was. If this was shot on him, he would only be turned into a puddle of flesh. Wait a minute, you can't kill me. If you kill me, my ancestor has the 7th level of the Return to Ruins realm. I am his great-grandson, and his favorite child. After speaking, Wei Tianyi also took out a jade pendant, gritted his teeth and said, this is the amulet my ancestor gave me. It can summon a clone of the ancestor to come here. If you dare to do it again, I will activate the amulet. As soon as these words came out, there was an uproar all around. This ancestor of the Wei family is not only at the Returning Ruins realm, but also at the 7th level of the Returning Ruins realm. Although I knew that the Wei family was very strong, I didn't expect it to be this strong. Everyone in Night Breeze country was shocked. Not only them, even Han Wenzhou gasped at the moment. In fact, when Han Wenzhou came to Night Breeze country, he also brought a few Taoist guardians from the Tongxian realm. Unlike Wei Tianyi, his guardian has been secretly protecting him, but when he heard that Wei Tianyi was able to bring the clone of the ancestor of the Wei family with him, this was something he never expected. Seeing everyone's shocking attitudes, Wei Tianyi regained his confidence. Holding the amulet in his hand, he said to Luo Tian, Your Excellency, you don't want me to summon the ancestor, do you? On the other side, Luo Tian, who was about to make a move, immediately put away the heavenly Dao palm technique after hearing Wei Tianyi's words. Wait a minute, you mean, you brought a clone of your ancestor? Luo Tian looked at Wei Tianyi and asked. That's right. Wei Tianyi said. You said, your family's ancestors were cultivated in the Returning Ruins realm? Luo Tian asked again, and the speed of his speech changed. Wei Tian smiled and said, That's right. Seeing Luo Tian's appearance, Wei Tian understood in his heart. After knowing the strength of his ancestor, the other party was scared. That's right, in a place like Night Breeze country, there hasn't been a Returning Ruins realm expert for hundreds of years. Now that I heard about the cultivation of my ancestor, how could there be any reason not to be afraid? For a while, Wei Tianyi felt that the sky had cleared and the rain had stopped, and he seemed to be fine again. Now you know the seriousness of the situation. If you let me go back, you may be able to keep you. If you dare to show any disrespect to me again, be careful. Wei Tianyi wanted to say 2 harsh words, but the next moment, snapped. Luo Tian slapped him in the face again, knocking out the other half of his teeth. Why do you still dare to hit me? Wei Tianyi looked at Luo Tian with disbelief after being blown away. His speech was slurred. The rest of the people were also taken aback when they saw this. What happened to Luo Tian? Knowing that the opponent has such a strong hole card, how dare he make a move? But Luo Tian said to Wei Tian with an excited face, Come on, call me your ancestor. If you can't, I'll chop you up. Do you believe it? What? Wei Tian was dumbfounded. Is this guy sick? Knowing that his ancestor is so strong, he still said that. Are you okay? How could Wei Tian know what Luo Tian was thinking? Since Luo Feng asked him how strong he was last time, Luo Tian struggled with this question every day. He really wanted to know who was stronger and who was weaker between himself and the experts in the Returning Ruins realm. Because of this problem, he lost sleep several times. However, Night Breeze country is so big, where can I find a strong man in the Ruins realm? As a result, at this moment, Wei Tianyi actually said that his ancestor had such strength. Luo Tian immediately became interested. Quick, if you don't ask your ancestor to come out, I will cut off your 5 limbs first. Luo Tian shouted. Wei Tian turned pale with fright, and immediately urged the amulet in his hand. In an instant, with the influx of spiritual energy, a flash of spiritual light flashed in his hand, almost blinding people's eyes. Immediately afterwards, a majestic breath began to stir in the mountains. When the aura was extinguished, an old man appeared in front of Wei Tianyi. Han Wenzhou stared at the figure of the old man, his heart trembled. It really is him. The patriarch of the Wei family, the giant of the Jade Dragon Kingdom, Wei Baidao. Wei Baidao slowly opened his eyes, and the two pupils shot out two flashes of light, flashing between the sky and the earth. Huh! Tianyi, didn't you go to Yefeng country to seize the inheritance of Taoist Ziwei? Why did you summon my clone? Wei Baidao opened his mouth and said. The next moment, he saw Wei Tianyi covered in blood, and a cold light flashed in his eyes. What's going on? Who hurt you? Where's your guard? Why didn't they come to protect you? If you can't do this well, you're not afraid that the old man will kill them? Wei Baidao roared angrily. With his roar, murderous aura overflowed, and the world's expression changed instantly. The people around were so suppressed by this terrifying oppression that they didn't even dare to breathe. The aura of a strong man in the ruins realm, too scary. Old ancestor, you don't need to kill them, they are already dead. Wei Tianyi smiled wryly. What? Dead? Who can kill them in Night Breeze Kingdom? Is it the little boy of King Xuanhuan, or the bald donkey from Fumo Temple? People who dare to touch my Wei family, aren't they afraid of being wiped out? Wei Baidao said coldly, the Wei family is the largest family in Yulong Kingdom. How could it be possible to suffer such a loss? Not at all, Patriarch, this family killed them. Besides, I have something to report to Patriarch. With that said, Wei Tianyi roughly explained what happened before. After listening to Wei Tianyi's narration, Wei Baidao turned his head to look at Luo Tian and the Luo family behind him in astonishment. Tianyi, you didn't deliberately make up stories to lie to me for revenge, did you? You said that these brats in the body training realm can defeat Tang Jiaolong and you. And this guy named Luo Tian also killed 4 of your guard at the profound realm? Wei Baidao couldn't believe Wei Tianyi's description. Wei Tianyi said with a mournful face, Old ancestor, how dare I lie to you? What I said is true. If you don't believe me, you can ask Han Wenzhou. Wei Baidao looked at Han Wenzhou. The latter suddenly felt a huge pressure on himself. Senior Wei, what brother Wei Tian said is true. Han Wenzhou said immediately. In front of Wei Baidao, Han Wenzhou did not dare to be disrespectful. After getting an affirmative answer, a gleam of joy flashed in Wei Baidao's eyes. Oh! The opportunity to make a little guy in the body refining realm so strong is more valuable than Taoist Ziwei's inheritance. Tianyi, your judgment is correct. Wei Baidao said with a smile. Chapter 55 I'm going to beat you up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wei Baidao has lived for so many years, and he has never seen such a powerful body training method. If he can grasp this opportunity in his hands, it will not only increase the strength of the family members to a huge level, even, his own cultivation might go a step further. One must know that Wei Baidao's cultivation has been stuck at the 7th level of the ruins returning realm, and it has been nearly 100 years. Although he still has some time to live, but according to this progress, he may not be able to survive the catastrophe in his lifetime. This is his greatest anxiety in a century. Therefore, after hearing Wei Tianyi's words, he is extremely happy now. Being well informed, he understands that it must be a great opportunity to make the Luo family so strong. He came in front of Luo Tian and said with a smile, Little guy, how dare you kill members of my Wei family and hurt my great-grandson to such a degree? This matter cannot be resolved. However, the old man has the virtue of being good at life, and I can't bear to see a talent like you wither. Why don't you take your clansmen and go to Yulong Kingdom with me, and I will accept you as a registered disciple, and you will work for my Wei family. How about 100 years to atone for your sins today? That when Wei Baidao said this, a group of people who didn't know why were stunned. I thought the Wei family were all such unreasonable people, but I didn't expect that Wei Baidao is not bad. It seems that there is a reason why the Wei family can be so powerful. This kind of open-mindedness is really amazing. Several young people expressed their approval one after another. Of course, not everyone thinks so. What a sinister Wei Baidao. Long Yingqiu looked at Wei Baidao and kept shaking his head. Master, what's the matter? Isn't it fair for Wei Baidao to do this? Wu Yuro was puzzled. Long Yingqiu glanced at his innocent apprentice, and sighed, the world experience is too shallow. Why is it fair for Wei Baidao to say that? There are two main reasons why he did this. 1. He doesn't want to be known as a bully and get poked in the back in the future. The second is to block other forces, and in the name of justice, to help the Luo family out of the siege and rob the Luo family of opportunities. Once Luo Tian worships under his sect, then he has countless ways to squeeze opportunities from the Luo family. At that time, everyone in the Luo family may not be so easy to die. That Wu Yuro was shocked and said, "What? Why is it so bad? Master, should we remind him?" Long Yingqiu shook his head and said, "Girl, we are no longer qualified to intervene in the affairs of the Wei family." Wu Yuro glanced at Luo Tian, and said worriedly, "Then what should Luo Tian do?" Long Yingqiu sighed, "The only rational way for him now is to agree to the Wei family temporarily, and then look for opportunities to find a way out." After speaking, he also sighed. Thinking of the sudden rise of the Tianjiao family, which is about to fall into a catastrophe, he regretted it for a while. On the other side, Wei Baidao looked at Luo Tian, squinted his eyes and asked, "Boy, did you hear what I said?" At this moment, Luo Tian was sizing Wei Baidao up and down. "Are you in the ruins realm?" Luo Tian asked. Wei Baidao was stunned for a moment, then smiled and said, "That's right. The main body of this old man has the 7th level of the returning ruins realm. This avatar's strength is far inferior to the main bodies, but in terms of combat power, it's also at the 1st level of the returning ruins realm." "Why do you ask this?" But Luo Tian sighed and said, "Return to ruin stage, dash. Weak is a bit weak, but it's okay. Old man, I'm going to beat you up." "Ah." Wei Baidao originally twisted his beard with his hands, thinking that Luo Tian, who was in despair, would give in for the safety of his clansmen. In the end, he said that he was a little weaker, and he wanted to beat himself up. Is this kid a fool? In the end, before he could recover, Luo Tian punched him. The first form of Dragon Fist, smash, roar. In an instant, Jackie Chan, who was in the realm of fist strength, followed Luo Tian's fist and threw it towards Wei Baidao. "What?" Wei Baidao was surprised, and wrote with one hand. He intended to block this blow easily, but who would have thought that he would feel an unimaginable pressure coming from just touching Longying. Boom. With a loud noise, Wei Baidao was sent flying dozens of feet away with a punch. This. Wei Baidao turned around, and stood still in the distance, and managed not to fall, barely saving his face, but he felt that one of his hands was almost paralyzed by Luo Tian's punch. What a powerful force! Wei Baidao turned his head and looked at Luo Tian in shock. What? On the other side, Long Yingqiu was also shocked. He didn't expect that Luo Tian would dare to make a direct move. And the first attack actually had the upper hand. This guy is crazy. At the same time, Luo Tian shouted loudly, "Old man, here I come again." As Luo Tian spoke, he tapped his toes, and after a few flashes, he came to Wei Baidao. What kind of movement technique is this? Wei Baidao was shocked again. With his eyesight, he couldn't catch Luo Tian's movement track at all. Of course he didn't know that Luo Tian's Heavenly Dao movement technique was teleportation. Heavenly Dao palm technique. Without saying a word, Luo Tian slapped it down again. Boom. The huge golden palm grabbed it. The black water is surging. Wei Baidao didn't dare to be careless, and immediately performed the exercises. Wei Tianyi also used this move of his. But now Wei Baidao used it. No matter the power or the momentum, it is many times stronger. For a moment, it seemed that there was really an ocean, captured by Wei Baidao, and it was heading towards the palm of Tiandao's palm. The result can be, boom. The palm of Tiandao slapped it down, and it directly shattered his Taotao black water. What? Wei Baidao was shocked, and immediately squeezed the magic formula with his hands, and forcibly gathered back the overflowing spiritual energy, but at the same time, Luo Tian teleported behind him again, and picked a branch at random. Heavenly Sword Art, one sword. Luo Tian said, and struck with one sword. Damn it, do you think I'm easy to bully? The emperor's swordsmanship, broken. Wei Baidao's forehead bulged, and he summoned Wei Tian's saber, and slashed at him. When the two sword chi met, they lasted for only half a breath. Wei Baidao's sword chi shattered, but Luo Tian's sword chi was still as powerful as a rainbow, slashing towards Wei Baidao. What? Wei Baidao turned pale with shock. I used a sword, but the other party used a straw stick. In the end, he was completely defeated. This shows that the opponent's sword intent is far above his own. Before he came back to his senses, he found that Luo Tian had disappeared in a blur before his eyes. Old ancestor, behind you. Wei Tian, who was in the distance, reminded hoarsely when he saw this. Huh? Wei Baidao suddenly turned around, only to realize that Luo Tian had already arrived behind him at some point. He still held the straw stick in his hand, but what was different from before was that he had changed from holding a sword to holding a gun. So strong, as expected of returning to the ruins. Give me another heavenly Dao spear technique. Luo Tian said, and poked at him with another grass stick. Chapter 56 I just started, why did you die? You are listening at novelfull.audio. As Luo Tian said, the straw stick in his hand turned into a rainbow and went away. Fuck. Wei Baidao's face turned pale. Luo Tian's speed was too fast, he couldn't avoid it at all. Boom. In the next moment, Xuanhuan pierced through the chest, directly piercing Wei Baidao. Old ancestor. Wei Tian, who was on the side, saw him. His eyes turned dark. My greatest reliance has actually failed. What a joke. Although it's just a clone, but that strength is genuine. Return to the ruins realm. You boy. At this moment, Wei Baidao looked down at the wound on his chest, and his body began to turn into light spots and began to disappear. This avatar has been destroyed. He never thought that his avatar would be destroyed in Night Breeze Nation. When Luo Tian saw this scene, he was also dumbfounded. Hey, don't die. I still have several tricks to try. Can you catch me with 2 more tricks before you die? Not many, just 2 tricks. If not, 1 trick is fine. Luo Tian said. Hearing this, Wei Baidao rolled his eyes. The main body, who was thousands of miles away, was so angry that a mouthful of blood spurted out. What the hell? Is this kid trying to use himself? What have you become? Seeing that Wei Baidao didn't respond, Luo Tian came to Wei Tian's side, bang bang punched him twice, and almost beat Wei Tian to death. Do you still have the jade pendant on you? Summon another clone for me, hurry up. I haven't finished fighting yet. Luo Tian said angrily. I don't have any more. Wei Tian was about to cry. What's going on? Whether it's Yefeng Nation or Yulong Nation, who knows that when you have the clone of the ancestor in your hand, you won't be terrified. But Luo Tian in front of him actually forced himself to ask if he had it. No. You don't even have an ancestor clone, why are you such a waste? Luo Tian was angry. Crowd, on the other side, Wei Baidao, who was about to dissipate, saw this scene, and anger rose in his eyes. Boy, let go of my grandson. Otherwise, I'll have your entire Luo family buried with you. Wei Baidao said angrily. Huh? Buried with the Luo family? Luo Tian suddenly stopped and turned to look at him coldly. Wei Baidao said coldly, my body will soon come to Yefeng country, and if I see any damage to my grandson, I will destroy your Luo family. Luo Tian stared at Wei Baidao, while his other hand brushed towards Wei Tian. Boom. The next moment, Wei Tian's head exploded. Ah, Wei Baidao stared. Unexpectedly, Luo Tian dared to attack. One after another, they kill my whole family at every turn. Am I giving you face? Wei Baidao, if someone comes to kill me, if you don't dare to come, I will destroy your Wei family. Luo Tian said coldly. You wait. Wei Baidao's eyes were red, and he said one last sentence before disappearing. Afterwards, this clone of returning to the ruins realm completely disappeared without a trace. For a while, the surroundings were extremely quiet. Everyone is in shock. all of this just now has exceeded their cognition, return to Ruin's realm. There hasn't been a strong man of this level in Night Breeze country for 500 years, now a clone of Wei Baidao came, but Luo Tian killed him in the end. Does that mean, Luo Tian is also in the return to Ruin's realm? Thinking of this possibility, everyone looked at the Luo family with different expressions. In Night Breeze Nation, the 3 Tongxian realms are the threshold for becoming a first-class force. What about the return to Ruin's realm? There is no doubt that the current Luo family is the #1 force in Yefan country. Far surpasses others. But at this moment Luo Tian still had a dejected look on his face. Damn, I finally came across a return to the ruined state. I thought I could try a few more tricks, but I didn't expect it to be so simple. In this way, I don't have a position for my own strength at all. Suddenly, he turned his eyes and saw Han Wenzhou not far away. At this moment, Han Wenzhou was hugging the unconscious Tang Jiaolong, preparing to escape quietly. As a result, Luo Tian saw at a glance that the hairs on Han Wenzhou's entire body exploded in an instant. Senior, just now the junior was ignorant and offended the senior in Yifeng nation. Please forgive me, senior, but are you kidding me? This Luo Tian is the guy who even killed Wei Baidao's avatar. Han Wenzhou felt a little rejoiced now, because before Wei Tianyi let his subordinates of the Tongxian realm attack Luo Tian, he also planned to let his Taoist guardians of the Tongxian realm snatch Luo Tian. After all, he also wanted such a chance. But it was because of this moment of slowness that all the masters of the Wei family died. He was glad that he reacted a little slower. Otherwise, he would definitely die now. While Han Wenzhou was thinking, Luo Tian strolled in front of him. Hearing Luo Tian's footsteps approaching, Han Wenzhou felt as if thunderbolt struck him, and soon his whole body was drenched in sweat. Hey, do you have an ancestor avatar on you? Summon it for me, and I'll beat him up. Luo Tian said. Huh? Han Wenzhou was stunned. What is this requirement? Luo Tian frowned, and said coldly, what is it? Hurry up and summon it. Han Wenzhou immediately lowered his head and said, Senior, I don't have one. In an instant, the surrounding temperature dropped a bit. Han Wenzhou trembled all over, and said, Senior, I really didn't lie to you. Wei Tianyi is the young master of the Wei family, and Tang Jiaolong and I are only true disciples of the Tianhe Gate of Yulong Kingdom. We may not lose to him in terms of strength. But in terms of status and the power, we are incomparable with him. How can we carry the clone of the ancestor with us? Luo Tian saw that his words did not seem to be fake, so he stopped pressing him. Feeling that the pressure on his body was reduced, Han Wenzhou let out a sigh of relief. As for the other half, Luo Tian said to Luo Chen, okay, now everything is settled, let's open the Ziwei secret realm. Ah. Oh, good. Luo Chen was dumbfounded just now, and it was only then that he came back to his senses. Then he took out a token from his bosom, and poured a stream of spiritual energy into it. In an instant, the brilliance between the mountains and rivers flickered, and light spots kept coming from all directions. In the end, these light spots condensed into the shape of a door in front of Luo Chen, which was the entrance to Ziwei's secret realm. Senior Luo Tian, the Ziwei secret realm has been opened. The secret realm will be open for a total of 3 days. After 3 days, the secret realm will be closed and everyone will be teleported out. In the secret realm, there are various treasures, but most of them are at the Qi gathering realm level, and only a few are at the spirit transformation realm and sky control realm level. There are also many dangerous things in the secret realm, such as monsters and various spirits. Of course they are not dangerous to you. By the way, the innate spirit crystals you want are available in several areas. I have them on the map marked for you, Luo Chen said, and handed a map of the Ziwei secret realm to Luo Tian. After watching it, Luo Tian nodded and said, I have a heart. Luo Chen smiled and said, Senior, you are welcome. Do you have anything else to ask? Luo Tian shook his head and said, No, Luo family, come with me. After finishing speaking, step into the Ziwei secret realm first. Chapter 57 The Confused Ling Xuzi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There was silence all around, no one dared to move a step. after all the Luo family members entered the Ziwei secret realm, everyone suddenly became chaotic. Get out of the way, I want to go in first. Damn, why squeeze? Why didn't you squeeze just now? Nonsense, don't you dare to take a step in front of Luo Tian. Who are you talking about? That everyone scrambled to rush into the gate of the secret realm. Han Wenzhou, what should we do? The other half, Han Wenzhou's guardian, dared to show up. Han Wenzhou hugged Tang Jiaolong, who was in a coma, and after a little thought, he said, I still want to go and see, if I can get the inheritance of Taoist Ziwei, it will also be good for the sect. The guardian pondered for a moment, and said, that's fine, but remember, you must never provoke Luo. Han Wenzhou smiled wryly, I'll know if you don't tell me. Are you kidding me? To provoke the Luo family? Does he think his life is too long? After finishing speaking, Han Wenzhou and the others also entered the Ziwei secret realm. Not long after, Luo Chen was the only one left outside the secret realm. Just when Luo Chen was about to enter the Ziwei secret realm, the sound transmission talisman on his body suddenly lit up. My lord suzerain. Luo Chen activated the sound transmission talisman and said, the other side of the sound transmission talisman is naturally the suzerain of Guiyuan sect, Ling Xuzi. Luo Chen, the matter of the Zongmen has not been resolved yet, and the Ziwei secret realm can only be handed over to you. Thank you for your hard work. By the way, there is nothing wrong with the secret realm, right? Ling Xuzi asked. Luo Chen said, Sovereign, there is still some trouble. The young master of the Wei family of the Jade Dragon Kingdom, Wei Tianyi, is here. Ling Xuzi was obviously startled, and said, the Wei family of Yulong Kingdom? Why did they come? Luo Chen said, they are not the only ones who come, Tianmen also come. According to what they said, someone calculated that Taoist Ziwei's inheritance will be revealed this year. What? Ling Xuzi on the other side of the sound transmission talisman was obviously shocked. The inheritance of Taoist Ziwei? There is such a thing. I returned to Yuanzong to control the Ziwei secret realm, and even we don't know. Yes, Yulong Kingdom's deduction technique is stronger than ours, so it's not surprising that they know it. He paused, and continued, if the Wei family and Tianmen come, you have to remind Mr. Luo Tian not to conflict with them. After all, Mr. Luo Tian is our benefactor of Gui Yuanzong. Luo Chen said with a look of embarrassment, suzerain, they have already clashed. Ling Xuzi was shocked and said, what? There was a conflict? Then Mr. Luo was not injured, right? Luo Chen said, no. Ling Xuzi let out a long breath and said, that's good. But Wei Tianyi and his guardian were shot to death by Mr. Luo, Luo Chen said. What? Ling Xuzi exclaimed. Wei Tianyi was photographed to death. This is a big deal. I heard that guy Wei Baidao is a super protective person. His descendants were photographed to death, is that okay? If he comes, our night breeze isn't the country going to be turned upside down? Ling Xuzi said. Luo Chen scratched his head and said, Wei Baidao's avatar has arrived. Opposite the sound transmission talisman, Ling Xuzi gasped, Wei Baidao's avatar is here. His avatar has also cultivated in the ruins realm, so Luo Tian. Thinking of the arrival of a strong man from the returning ruins realm, Ling Xuzi felt a chill in his heart, but Luo Chen continued, well, he had a fight with Senior Luo Tian, and was stabbed to death by Senior Luo Tian with a grass stick. Ling Xuzi. There was a long silence. After a long time, Ling Xuzi's shocked voice came from the other end of the sound transmission talisman. What did you say, boy? Are you lying to me? Wei Baidao's avatar was killed by Mr. Luo Tian. Or stabbed to death with a grass stick. Are you sure it's not some top-level artifact? Ling Xuzi was shocked. Luo Chen picked up the straw stick that Luo Tian had just used from the ground, gently folded it with his hands, and broke it into 2 pieces. Sovereign, I've confirmed it, it's just an ordinary straw stick, and it will be broken as soon as I break it. Luo Chen said, in fact, at this moment, he also has a sense of unreality, just such a thing, can kill Wei Baidao's clone. On the other side of the sound transmission talisman, Ling Xuzi was dumbfounded. Although I knew that Mr. Luo Tian was very powerful, but I didn't expect him to be so strong. He muttered to himself, Ling Xuzi didn't come to Ziwei's secret realm this time, in order to prepare for the battle with the Xuanhuan palace in the near future. After all, in his opinion, King Xuanhuan is so powerful that it is almost impossible to resist. You have to give it your all. For this reason, he and the senior members of the same sect worked day and night to refine the formation map, in order to increase the odds of winning, even such a major event as the opening of the Ziwei secret realm can only be handed over to Luo Chen, the chief disciple. As a result, you told him that Luo Tian was strong enough to kill him and return to the ruins realm. Then I have been busy day and night for more than 10 days, why? I'm so tired. That. Sovereign, there is one more thing I have to report to you. Luo Chen said cautiously. Ah. What's the matter? Ling Xuzi asked. Wei Baidao said that his real body is coming to Ziwei's secret realm to settle accounts with senior Luo Tian. Luo Chen said. Wei Baidao. The main body. The 7th level of return to ruins realm. Ling Xuzi regained his energy all of a sudden. Yes. Luo Chen said. Ling Xuzi gasped. He knew that Wei Baidao's main body and avatar had completely different strengths. What did Luo Tian say? Ling Xuzi asked. Luo Chen thought for a while, and said, Senior Luo Tian, he didn't take it seriously. Ling Xuzi was a little confused. What's the situation? He didn't take this kind of thing seriously. Does he not know how powerful Wei Baidao is, or is it because Luo Tian is really so powerful? No, I have to go and see for myself. Ling Xuzi made up his mind, and said to Luo Chen, okay, you can also enter the Ziwei secret realm, and if possible, go to fight for Ziwei Taoist's inheritance. I will then arrive. Yes, disciple obeys. Luo Chen said. After speaking, Luo Chen entered the Ziwei secret realm. At the same time, Yulong Kingdom, the Wei family, boom. The back mountain of Wei's house, where Wei Baidao retreated, suddenly exploded. The members of the Wei family felt strange and rushed over. Among the rubble, everyone saw that Wei Baidao was standing in the middle with a pale face, with blood still hanging from the corner of his lips. Patriarch was injured. Everyone in the Wei family was shocked. At this moment, Wei Baidao turned his eyes and saw Wei Hongtian, the current patriarch of the Wei family. Wei Hongtian, bring 6 people, please come out of the Chiao Lor array and follow me. Wei Baidao said. Chiao Lor formation. Patriarch, what happened? Could it be that the Lin family and Chen family are planning to attack us? Wei Hongtian was shocked. He knew that the Chiao Lor formation and Wei Baidao were the 2 big cards of the Wei family. If these 2 whole cards are used at the same time, it must be a big crisis. No, I'm going to kill someone with me. Wei Baidao's eyes showed a cold look. Murder. Wei Hongtian was stunned for a moment, and suddenly his heart trembled. 2 trump cards to kill 1 person. Is it? He swallowed his saliva, and said in a trembling voice, Old ancestor, do you want to kill the Ning who crossed the tribulation realm? Luo Tian's figure appeared in Wei Baidao's eyes, and he gritted his teeth and said, No, I want to kill a body refining realm. Chapter 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huh. Wei Hongtian was stunned. He wondered if there was something wrong with his ears. Old ancestor, what realm do you want to kill? He reconfirmed. A junior in the body refinement realm of Night Breeze country. Wei Baidao repeated. This time, everyone heard clearly. Correspondingly, everyone in the Wei family had indescribable expressions. My ancestor, the 7th level expert of the returning ruins realm, a giant in the practice world of the Jade Dragon country, a guest of the Yulong country's royal family, a master of martial arts, and one of the top 10 powerhouses of the Jade Dragon country. Wei Baidao wants to kill a little ghost of the body refining realm from the Night Breeze country. It's embarrassing enough to say it. In the end, he had to let other powerful members of the Wei family accompany him, and even brought the Wei family's biggest hole card, the Chiao Lor formation. Such a big battle, just for a body training state. Old ancestor, are you alright? Wei Hongtian asked. Huh? What do you mean? Wei Baidao looked at him. Did you go crazy in cultivation and have hallucinations? Wei Hongtian asked again. It was the only reasonable explanation he could think of. The other Wei family members behind him also nodded. Result, snapped. Wei Baidao slapped Wei Hongtian away with a slap. You bastard, do you think this old man is in the mood to joke with you? Your son, that child Wei Tianyi, was killed in Night Breeze country. Wei Baidao sternly shouted. What? Wei Hongtian, who had fallen to the ground, trembled when he heard the sound. Wei Tianyi is the eldest son whom he places great hopes on, was killed. Impossible, I sent 4 people from the Tongxian realm to follow him, and he still has your clone on him. How could someone kill him? Wei Hongtian couldn't believe it. Wei Baidao gritted his teeth and said, those 4 people are all dead. My clone was also destroyed. This. Everyone in the room was shocked. Who in the Yefan country can destroy the ancestor's clone? Is it Zen Master Tianan or King Xuanhuan? No, the ancestor's avatar also possesses the strength of the first stage of returning to the ruins. Even if those 2 people join forces, it is impossible to destroy the ancestor's avatar. People have different opinions, but Wei Baidao said with a dark face, the one who destroyed my avatar was a body refinement brat. The one who killed Tianyi was also him. What? That everyone was dumbfounded again. Body refining state. Return to ruins? Are you kidding me? Seeing everyone's expressions, Wei Baidao said coldly, that kid, he must have gotten some special opportunity. Although he is only at the body refining realm, his strength, according to my estimation, should be around the 3rd level of the ruins returning realm. Body refining realm cultivation base, ruins returning realm level, or so strength. Everyone was stunned when they heard the words. Someone realized something and stared fiercely. Wei Baidao continued, that kid Tianyi is still too reckless. He wanted to snatch the opportunity from the opponent, but he still underestimated that guy's strength. So, whether it's to avenge Tianyi or our Wei family's future foundation, we must get rid of that kid as soon as possible and find out his secrets. After Wei Baidao finished speaking, a member of the Wei family frowned and said, Old ancestor, even so, there is no need for such a big battle, right? Even if he has the strength of the 3rd level of the ruins returning realm, you can deal with it with 2 people. After he finished speaking, Wei Baidao slapped him again, sending him flying. Idiots! Have you forgotten all the lessons I taught you all these years? You know that this kid can't be kept, but you still haven't put forth all your strength to deal with it. Are you trying to help that kid practice and grow? Wei Baidao angrily yelled. The scolded person immediately wiped off the blood from the corner of his lips, bowed his head and said, I'm sorry, Patriarch, I was wrong. Wei Baidao snorted, and said, with the Qiaolor formation, all people above the Tongxian realm that other families can mobilize, follow me. I will never give that kid the slightest chance of escaping. Yes, everyone in the Wei family responded in unison. On this day, the Wei family was in turmoil. On the other side, Ziwei's secret realm. After Luo Tian led everyone into the Ziwei's secret realm, he felt as if he had entered a completely different world. There is no sun in the sky, but there is a starry sky composed of countless stars, which also illuminates the earth brilliantly. The aura in the air is much richer than the outside world. Is this Taoist Ziwei's dojo? It's really extraordinary. Someone couldn't help sighing. Okay, what resources you can get after entering the Ziwei secret realm depends on your luck. You can group yourself into groups, as long as you pay attention to safety. Luo Tian said. Yes. Young master, everyone is also extremely excited. After all, it was their first time here. Soon, everyone formed their own teams and went looking for opportunities. Luo Tian also took out the map that Luo Chen gave him, and began to observe it. Well, there are quite a few places where innate spirit crystals have appeared. This Yuling Palace seems to be closer. Let's go here first. Luo Tian said, pointing his toes, and swipe in one direction. Behind Luo Tian, 2 Yefeng people also held a map and looked at Luo Tian's back with astonishment. Huh? This senior Luo Tian, why did you go in that direction? It seems to be a den of beasts, right? It seems to be marked on the map. There are no resources there other than monsters. There is even a legend that there is a terrifying big monster living there. Once a strong person from the Tongxian realm strayed into it and died in it. Perhaps, he wants to hunt some monsters and get inner alchemy. Well, probably. Forget it, we can't guess the mind of that kind of character. Let's go to Yuling Palace first. There are many treasures there every year. Yes, let's go. After the two of them finished speaking, they ignored it and followed the map to walk in the completely opposite direction to Luo Tian. On the other side, in the nest of beasts, in the bone-covered cave, a giant eye suddenly opened, swish. As the eye opened, the temperature in the entire cave dropped a lot, originally scattered all over the place. The monsters that inhabited here all lowered their heads respectfully, their eyes full of fear. Hee, is it the day when the Ziwei secret realm opens again? Fresh human flesh is coming again, children, go hunt and kill humans for me, and bring me fresh food. The owner of that eye said. As soon as a word came out, the monsters around suddenly howled and scattered away. Hee, human. From the cave, a huge animal claw slowly stretched out, grabbed a handful of human bones on the ground, and then chewed them vigorously, making a toothache sound, hum. In the depths of the cave, a bloody halo suddenly lit up. Ah, it's almost done. Just a little more powerful flesh and blood will activate it. Then, just wait. The owner of the eye became submissive, as if talking to someone. Until then, the bloody halo gradually faded away. Chapter 59. The monster beast is too strong, ending early. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In a deserted forest, Luo Tian held a map with a suspicious look on his face. On the map, doesn't it say that Yuling Palace has ethereal immortal energy and elixir? Why isn't it safe here? Luo Tian raised his head and looked around. I saw him standing in front of a valley. The surrounding land was scorched black, as if it had just been burned by fire, and it had nothing to do with immortal energy. What kind of rubbish map? Write it nonsense. Luo Tian complained. At this time, rumble. The ground under his feet suddenly trembled. Immediately afterwards, there was a burst of pungent smell. Huh? What's going on? Luo Tian was taken aback, and looked up. I saw a group of monsters running wildly in the dark, and when I looked carefully, I found that there were all kinds of jackals, tigers and leopards among them. All of them were pitch black, and their eyes were red. This. Luo Tian was stunned. At this moment, the beast tide also found Luo Tian. Ha, every time a human comes in, we have to run around to catch it, but we didn't expect that this year, a hapless ghost will come to our door by himself. Hey, this human kid, is he a fool? He's honestly hiding in those restricted places, and we can't get close to him. In the end, he came to our lair. Everyone, don't move, I'm going to eat him. Eat your sister, this is a tribute to the king. If you eat him, aren't you afraid that the king will eat you? Cut, if you don't eat it, but I have to kill this guy myself. I haven't killed someone myself for several years. A black wolf shouted. Okay, I'll leave it to you. The rest of the monsters retreated to the side by themselves, watching the black wolf walking towards Luo Tian. Luo Tian watched He Lang approaching, and regained his senses a little. Hey, black dog, where is the innate spirit crystal? Luo Tian asked. In a word, the monsters around were stunned. Black dog. This human kid is finished, and he dares to call the black wolf to lead the black dog. Commander Black Wolf hates people calling him a black dog the most. This kid must die a terrible death soon. Sure enough, seeing the leader of the Black Wolf, a cold light flashed in his eyes. Human boy, I want to torture you to death slowly. I want you to live or die. As he said that, his figure turned into a black lightning bolt and rushed towards Luo Tian at an extremely fast speed. Still in the air, the body of the leader of the Black Wolf changed. His mouth became as big as a city gate in an instant, and he wanted to bite Luo Tian off in one bite, however. Go away, Boom. With a wave of his hand, Luo Tian slapped the black wolf away. Oh, the leader of the black wolf let out a miserable cry, and struggled for a long time without getting up. On the other side, Luo Tian clapped his hands, and said with a disgusted expression, "The black dog, if I let you bite me, where can I get a rabies vaccine? Damn guy, everyone, this kid is weird, let's fight together." The leader of the black wolf finally struggled and said angrily, "Good guy, this kid seems to be very strong. If he were to be hunted down, his flesh and blood alone would be worth hundreds of people." Said another jackal. "Yes, kill him and bring him back. Your Majesty will be happy." A group of monsters began to press towards Luo Tian. At this moment, Luo Tian frowned. "What are you doing? I just want to ask for directions." Luo Tian said, "He is not a bloodthirsty person, even if his opponent is a monster." A black tiger on the opposite side sneered and said, "Human boy, you are really not ordinary stupid. Didn't your old man tell you about us before you entered this secret realm? Your business. Who are you?" Luo Tian looked puzzled. "Hey, us? We are the kings in this secret realm, the monster race that hunts and kills you humans. Not only you, but all humans who come here are our prey. We will kill all of you. Give it to our king. And you, will be the first unlucky ghost to die this year." Heihu said. After hearing this, Luo Tian felt a chill appear in his eyes. "Kill me? Are you sure?" Luo Tian asked. "What? Now that you know you're afraid? Then you just need to kneel down now, and I can think about it, and let you die more happily." Heihu said. The monsters that were gradually approaching from all around also let out a burst of ridicule. Luo Tian looked at him, and gradually bent down. "Oh. Are you really kneeling? You are indeed a weak human race. Humans, they have always been so useless." The monster laughed again, but in the next moment, Luo Tian picked up a stick from the ground. "Ha! You!" Heihu was taken aback. Next moment, boom. Luo Tian picked up his stick and blasted the black tiger into the sky. "Damn, today is really unlucky, people are mean to me, dogs are mean to me too. Kill me, right? Your grandpa wants you to kill me today." Luo Tian roared angrily, and slammed down another stick. Kang. The sword energy gushed out on the stick, and where it went, hundreds of monsters were cut into flesh in an instant. What's going on? This human, is dangerous. The many monsters wanted to resist at first, but just when they tried to get close to Luo Tian, they were crushed by the terrifying sword energy, leaving no corpses left. For a moment, all the monsters were terrified. "Escape!" A monster fled, and then all the monsters ran desperately in the direction they came from. "Want to run after pretending? Why are there so many beautiful things?" Luo Tian roared angrily, and chased down with his stick. If someone is watching from the sky at this moment, they will definitely be shocked by this picture. In a Grand Canyon, a human man was chasing and beating tens of thousands of monsters with a stick, and more monsters died tragically under his stick. I don't know, who is the monster? At the same time, in the realm outside the lair of beasts, dozens of strong men from various forces stood in a row, looking in the direction of the lair of all beasts, with serious expressions on their faces. Beside them, Luo Tian was bowing respectfully. "Thank you, seniors, for being willing to come to help and resist the monsters in the lair of beasts," Luo Tian said. "Oh, nephew Luo Tian, you're welcome. Young people are responsible for obtaining resources, and we old people are responsible for resisting monsters. This is something that everyone has discussed a long time ago," an old man said, stroking his beard. "That's right, the beasts in the beast's lair are too vicious. If they disturb the young disciples, I don't know how many casualties they will cause," another old man said. "Everyone, don't underestimate the monsters in the lair of beasts. Those monsters at the commander level all have combat power close to that of the Tongxian realm. I remember that when the Ziwei secret realm was opened last time, 6 monster commanders appeared in one go. On our side, several people have been injured. said a middle-aged woman. By the way, Luo Tian, your Gui Yuanzong's 100 Beasts map should show how many monster leaders there are here. Long Yingqiu looked at Luo Tian and asked. Luo Tian nodded and said, yes, I'll show it to everyone. As he spoke, he took out the picture of 100 beasts and injected a stream of spiritual energy into it. Then, Luo Tian's expression changed instantly. What? Impossible! Luo Tian exclaimed. Huh? What's the matter? Let me take a look. Long Yingqiu came over to take a look, and then his face suddenly changed. 40 heads. Commanded by 40 monster beasts. What? The rest of the people panicked too. That also means that there are 40 monsters at the level of the Tongxian realm. What happened this year? Why did so many appear? Did something happen in the beast's lair? Damn it, our combat power at the Tongxian realm here is only 12 people, can we stop it? Luo Tian, end the Ziwei's secret realm early. Otherwise, there will be a big mess. Someone suggested. Indeed, 40 monsters of the profound realm, plus tens of thousands of monsters of the lower realm, this is no longer something they can resist. It seemed that it was imperative to end the trial. Just as Luo Tian was about to make a decision, there was a sudden change in the picture of beasts. Huh? What's going on? Luo Tian was stunned. What's going on? Hurry up and make a decision, this is no joke. Long Yingqiu frowned, but the next moment, he was also stunned, because the picture of the beasts shows that there are 35 monsters left. Chapter 60 can't be wrong, one must be a peerless beast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 5 monster leaders died. An old man looked shocked. One must know that the commander of monsters is at the Tongxian realm in terms of combat power, it's almost the same as a few of them. As a result, 5 people died in the blink of an eye. Just when a few people didn't know why, another change occurred on the picture of beasts. Huh? Another 2 monster beast leaders died. Long Yingqiu also exclaimed, this speed is too fast. More than that, look at the number of low-level monsters under the command of these monsters is also rapidly decreasing. Someone shouted. Only then did everyone turn their attention away from the monster leader and look at the one below. Originally, when the 100 Beasts picture was just taken out, there were more than 6 low-level monsters displayed on it, but in the blink of an eye, there were only a little over, left, just such a short time. More than 1 monsters died. Several people looked at each other in shock. It seems that something earth-shattering has indeed happened in the lair of all beasts, said the monk from Fumo Temple. It can't be done, it seems that Ziwei's secret realm must be closed in advance. An old man sighed. Closing it early. Another old man looked regretful. After all, it is rumored that this year's Ziwei's secret realm will have the inheritance of Ziwei Taoist. Result. Everyone, I think we should first see what happened in the beast's lair before making a decision. Long Yingqiu said unwillingly. Well, I think so. Even if we want to close the Ziwei's secret realm, we have to know what happened. Someone echoed. Several people thought for a while, and the monk of Fumo Temple said, well, we will divide into 2 groups. Choose 3 people, go to the direction of the beast's lair, and find out. The rest, go and call other people in the secret realm. By the way, Luo Tian, find a way to find Mr. Luo Tian. If he is there, we will be safer. A middle-aged woman smiled wryly at the side and said, Master Yuansheng, there are tens of thousands of monsters, including dozens of monsters at the Tongxian level. Master Yuansheng of Fumo Temple sighed and said, it's better than us. Long Yingqiu nodded and said, okay, that's it. I, Master Yuansheng and Aunt Xia Wei will go into the Valley of Beasts to investigate. If we find something wrong, we will escape immediately. The rest will be responsible for the rest. Thing. Okay. Everyone agreed and dispersed, leaving only Long Yingqiu and the 3 of them. Hey, let's go. I don't know what happened in the beast's lair. Long Yingqiu looked at the beast's lair and sighed. On the other side, inside the lair of beasts. Help. There are monsters. A black panther wailed and ran. Not far behind him, a figure holding a stick, with a ferocious face, was chasing him. That person is naturally Luo Tian. Damn, what the hell is going on with this guy? Hey, it's my first time coming out. Are all human races like this? You lied to me and said that the human race is our food. The human race is terrible. Some new monsters are about to cry. Among the fleeing beasts, a giant black elephant stands out. He turned his head to look at Luo Tian who was chasing him, then looked at his companions around him, and said coldly, "Everyone, I found a problem. That human, all his attacks rely on the stick in his hand." Huh? So what? Asked a black bear. The giant elephant showed a strange smile, and said, "You guys, is there such a possibility? That is, he is only powerful with weapons, but his physical strength is actually very fragile. That's why he dare not use anything other than sticks." Means, that a black snake next to him spit out the letter and said, "What you said is also reasonable. Compared with the monster race, the human race's body is indeed much weaker. What's more, our bodies have been blessed by adults. But, so what?" The giant elephant said with a sly smile, "What can I do? I have thought of a way to deal with him. If my guess is correct, then I only need to dodge one of his attacks, and then hit his body with a random punch to kill him." Black Snake said, "What you said does make some sense, then go try it, and we will help you out." The giant elephant said, "Yes, but after I succeed, I will be the first in this battle." "No problem." The other monsters said in unison, "Boom." As the giant elephant spoke, it stopped in its tracks. The rest of the monsters also stopped tens of meters away to watch the battle. "Hee, human. You are finished. I have found your weakness. Prepare to die." The giant elephant looked at Luo Tian behind him, and let out a roar. At the same time, his eyes were fixed on the stick in Luo Tian's hand. "Stick. Stick. As long as I can avoid the stick in his hand, I will win." The giant elephant thought to himself. At this time, Luo Tian had already come in front of him. "I can see." The giant elephant's eyes were almost bleeding, however. "Don't let him block the way." Luo Tianfei kicked the giant elephant's head. Boom. In an instant, the giant elephant's head was shattered into a pulp. "It's not a stick." This was the giant elephant's last thought before it died. "My goodness. I shouldn't have trusted that stupid elephant. This guy's body is too strong. Help!" Immediately the herd began to run wildly again. Heavenly Dao Sword Art. On the other side, Luo Tian roared angrily, and a sword energy of hundreds of meters spewed out from the stick in his hand, fell into the herd of beasts, and began to mow the grass. Xuanhuan. All of a sudden, there were howls. On the other side, at the entrance of the canyon, the three of Long Yingqiu held their breath and lurked behind the boulder rock mass. "You too, the frontier is the land of beasts' lairs. Be careful in case of trouble," Long Yingqiu reminded. The two benefactors, "If something unexpected happens, I will stop it. You two don't need to worry about me, just run away. The three of us can't all die here, someone must pass the news." Master Xuanxing said. "Master, it's too unlucky to say this now. With the strength of the three of us, it is impossible to destroy the lair of beasts, but if we simply run for our lives, the success rate is still very high." Xia Wei held the hilt of the sword in her hand. Very tense. "Go, don't leak your breath." Long Yingqiu beckoned, and the three sneaked into the valley. There. Just after entering the valley, Master Xuanxing discovered something unusual. Not far away, there are a large number of corpses of monsters. Sin. Seeing this, Master Xuanxing couldn't help clasping his palms together. The corner of Xia Wei's mouth twitched a few times, as if she felt a little nauseous. Only Long Yingqiu came to observe the corpse of the monster for a while, and then took a deep breath. "Master Longmen, did you find anything?" Xia Wei asked. Long Yingqiu shook his head and said, "I can't see the clue, but what is certain is that the one who killed these guys must be a peerless beast."